This thing is so jacked up. Hello, hello, hello. This is a very special, edition of the Keisha King Show. As you guys know, the former President Donald Trump there was attempted assassination on his life. And I was just so moved by so many things, and we'll talk about that. I'm still having some internet issues and stuff, but bear with me. Let's start with this. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, okay. Let's see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me. Can you? Let's see. Okay, you can hear me now. Okay, good. So, as I was saying, we know that the the former president, there was an attempt on his life, and I have just been so moved by uh, President Trump. Uh, Bear with me because I'm like trying to get my thoughts together now as my all my technology is not working. So now I'm just a little discombobulated, but please bear with me. I have some really important things to share with you. So let me start by doing this. This right here. Um, I know we've all seen it at this point. We have all, um, you know, we've all seen this picture, this iconic picture, this photograph that will go down in American history. When I tell you, I am so moved. I am so moved by the just willfulness to not go down, just the fight in this man. And it is so inspiring. Y'all know I have had my criticisms of Donald Trump, which is what we're supposed to do as American citizens. We're supposed to criticize those who are in power. We're supposed to speak truth to power. But this photograph and the way that Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, handled this attack on his life in the moments after he was shot. Goodness. It's truly incredible. I, I I am almost like at a loss for words because of how moved I am by how he responded. I'm truly moved by how he responded. And let's see. I hope we're okay. So you guys can still hear me. I'm sorry, you guys. Like all of this is like just so, with my computer not working right and just all the things, I'm just really kind of annoyed. um okay, so audio should be good. All right. This moment where Trump he gets up and he tells the Secret Service to wait. This moved me so much. I am just so incredibly I'm just in awe. Like I don't know how after you have just been shot, grazed but shot, you get up and the first thing he thinks of is the American people. He tells the Secret Service, he says, wait. He asks for his shoes. Where are my shoes? And then he says, wait. And then he says, fight. And he means it. You see it. It was like more than ever before we have heard President Trump say fight more than ever before. I mean, I can only imagine the things that were going through his head at the time. I'm looking at the wrong camera. I'm so used to looking at the other one. Sorry. I'm just, but just, it is just an American, it's just a testament of the American spirit at the height of which I just haven't seen right before my eyes. Let's just watch it again. Every time I see it, I'm just so moved. I am completely and utterly moved by his resolve, by his resilience. It's just incredible. So let's get to some more of the details of the story. I'm not going to go into all of the ones that you have probably already seen. There are some other things that I just want to share with you from my own personal experiences at rallies and how, one second. Sorry, you guys, just everything is just going nuts right now. But yes, so let me just hey, I just want to give you guys a bit of background. So I've sang at 4 Trump rallies. And I've been backstage. I have been, I've seen how things are treated, and I just do not understand how they were not able to get this guy before he was able to get a shot off at the former president. It is unbelievable to me that they could not stop this person. Unbelievable that he was not able to be stopped, that they were able to get a shot off, that they were able to climb on top of a roof and sit there long enough for this shooter to do what he did. And it's just incredible. It is truly, truly incredible. So here is some of the footage that they have shown of the shooter getting in place and actually getting ready to take aim at President Trump. Get over here!
I hope he's turning this way. Be careful, guys.
What are you doing?
Where's that?
Somebody go back. He's right there. Oh, no.
Are we in public?
Yes.
What the fuck is going on?
Ross!
Dad, where's Seth? I don't know where's Seth.
So this person, okay, so let me just kind of help you guys see what happens even before a rally. So before a rally gets going, the security lines and the checks are enormous. They do background checks for those of us who are going to be backstage. They are, you are searched. You're really not even allowed to bring anything in, even if, like, I have been on the stage where Trump, because that's where I sing from. And it is, you cannot have anything because they check you so immensely. So this guy was outside of the, the permitted area. Okay. But he was so close. He was just so close. How does one get that close to a former president? It is unbelievable. It's truly just like there certainly needs to be something. It's I am so curious to how these investigations will go, because I just cannot imagine how you get this close to a former president and the Secret Service do not do anything about it. Sorry, I'm still like looking at the wrong camera. Gosh, it's just I've been anticipating to speak with you guys, to give you my thoughts, and then for all of the technical difficulties, it's raining. It's just like everything that can go wrong is going wrong. But nevertheless, we're gonna get through this. I just want to take you guys through, just remind you of what the former president has endured. So they have literally they have impeached him twice. The whole Russia, all of this stuff made up, mind you, all of it just lies. The whole Russia thing, impeachment, the whole Ukraine thing, another phony, fake impeachment. The the January 6th, all that stuff, and just totally ignoring what Trump had said to the people, and trying to make it seem like he was just this monster. I mean, just instance after instance after instance, there has been an attack on him. Now all of the lawsuits and this going after your political opponents. I mean, this just the rising of all of this dangerous political rhetoric that none of the people who have said these things are responsible for the bullet that went out of the gun. That's only to this Thomas, this person who did that. But you do have to pay attention to the rhetoric that keeps being hyped up and piped and just stoked from one side of the aisle. I mean, you just do. You have to be able to just admit that these things are not, they're just not okay. They are just not okay. I'm right there with you, George. Thank you, William. I don't know if you're still watching, but thank you for tuning in. JC, thank you so much. Thanks very much for watching. So I want to remind you guys of this, because we can get so far removed that we forget what has happened over the last 10 years. Let's just take a look at just a few things that have gone on when it came to President Trump and his, even Trump supporters. Just take a look. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, this is just dandy.
Central Texas man has been arrested for attacking a teenager wearing a red "Make America Great Again" hat. This was all happening at Whataburger.
Yeah, of all places, but incredible video. Watch what happened early Wednesday morning.
Supporting the president. You ain't supporting.
There's an expletive there, and then he shoves that water or that drink into the teen's face. The teens were left stunned, and now one of them is speaking out.
I was looking at the comments, and some people are like, oh yeah, like this is uncalled for, and then people were like, you know, just mixed opinions. But I didn't think it would blow up to what it is right now.
Yeah, that teen right there was the one who had the drink spilled on him, and he later said that, you know what, if you don't agree with politics, let's have a conversation. Right. Don't throw the drink at me. Right. The 30-year-old man in the video has.
But do you guys remember things like this? Do you remember having to deal with all of these people who, you know, where if you wanted to wear your, wear like a Make America Great Again hat, you know, you were looked at as, you know, some pariah, you know? There were so many people that have been attacked just by wearing a Make America Great Again shirt, a Make America Great Again hat. I was, you know, people I've been spoken to vilely, just disgusting things people have said to me. And then at one point in time, a man literally lunged at me to attack me because of a Black Voices for Trump shirt. Even here in Jacksonville, there were some older ladies, some older volunteers of the Republican Party of where I live, and they simply wanted to help register people to vote. Now, when you register people to vote, you're registering all types of people. You know, you're registering all people to vote. But here in Jacksonville, because these crazy people, here's man accused of driving through Republican voter registration tent. So this guy was arrested. So he literally drove, you can see, like he drove his truck, drove his van right through their tent over here. You can see their tent back there. But that's what's happening. He was a 27-year-old man arrested. Let's see, 27-year-old man arrested on 2 counts of aggravated assault on a person over 65, criminal mischief, and driving without a license. You know, but this is what's been building up, and that story that was back in 2020. So, and I'm bringing all this up to just refresh your memory of not only what Trump has gone through, but for what those of us have gone through with him. Like, we have gone through this thing with him where we have had to deal with, if you want to wear a Make America Great Again hat, somebody may be trying to, you know, attack you. There have been stabbings. There have been people who have actually died because they wore a Make America Great Again something, a hat, a shirt, or they publicly showed their support for Trump. But this is because of the rhetoric that the mainstream media and this administration, the current administration, has been spewing for years. And when you say things long enough, you know, there can be consequences for things like this. I posted a reel the other day where Joy Reid is like, I just need to know what I need to do so Hitler doesn't get in the White House. I mean, the amount of times that they have called Trump Hitler is crazy. Even the rhetoric from Biden himself, the leader, these types of things just being said over and over and over again. It's not okay. Here's some of that.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. But there's no question that the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country. MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people. MAGA forces are determined to take this country backwards to an America where there is no right to choose, no right to privacy, no right to contraception, no right to marry who you love. Trump and the extreme MAGA Republicans quote a clear and present danger to our democracy. But while the threat to American democracy is real, I want to say as clearly as we can, we are not powerless in the face of these threats. MAGA Republicans have made their choice. They embrace anger. They thrive on chaos. They live not in the light of truth, but in the shadow of lies. We've told ourselves that American democracy is guaranteed, but it's not. We have to defend it, protect it, stand up for it, each and every one of us. We're all called by duty and conscience to confront extremists who put.
And he goes on and on and on. But just lie after lie after lie. And he's just able to continue to get away with it. He did, the current president did make some remarks regarding the attempted assassination of Trump. And here is what he said.
To speak with, but the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. Everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed, and if I'm able to speak to Donald, I'll let you know that as well. So far, it appears he's doing well, number one. Number two, that there's thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do. But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. Everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed, and if I'm able to speak to Donald, I'll let you know that as well. So far, it appears he's doing well, number one. Number two, that there's thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do. But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. Everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed, and if I'm able to speak to Donald, I'll let you know that as well. So far, it appears he's doing well, number one. Number two, that there's thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do. But the idea
Oh my gosh.
that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. Everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed, and if I'm able to speak to Donald, I'll
So that's what the current president said. I don't know about you guys, but this solidified Trump's win. I don't know. I don't know how he can get through this, because Biden has asked, did he think it was an assassination attempt? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I mean, it's just like at that point, all the evidence pointed to that, and he didn't want to now, he's concerned about the truth. I mean, it's just so, it's laughable. It is so laughable. Now they want to be careful with their words. Now they want to, feign, oh, let's just wait and see. When they don't, when I say they, I'm talking about the left, they don't do things like that. They are, when it's for them, of course, when it's politically expedient for them. But that's not how this goes. John Garland says, I wonder if he was in the Situation Room and watched the assassination. There's a lot of questions involving how this shooter got so close. I mean, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. So here is a picture of where the shooter was, as opposed to and where Trump was. So as you can see, so this blue target up here, this is where the shooter was. He was on this roof. Now there aren't a bunch of different buildings around. There's not a bunch of buildings around. So how they didn't see this guy who is on a roof. He's on a roof. How do you not see this? Unbelievable. It does not make any sense. Where's my gosh? Whew, y'all, I am trying to keep this all together. It's like this would be the day, though. This would be the day. But so here's where Secret Service was, and here's where Trump was. You can see that it says 137 meters. Not far. Not far at all. So it's just incredible that this shooter was able to get that close. So a little bit of background about this guy. So his name is, oh my goodness, Thomas Matthew Crooks, I guess, 20 years old. And one of the first things that I noticed that they said about him, they're like, he was a registered Republican since 2021. Well, one thing I know is that how this typically works is when you go to register, whatever you register at that time, it makes it appear, it doesn't say when you change your registration or it doesn't say any of that. So I wasn't always registered as a Republican, but when I changed my registration as a Republican, my voter registration says, it makes it look like that I've been a Republican the whole entire time. Because we know that this guy, he donated to a leftist, a progressive organization a few years ago. And of course, people are saying, oh, he doesn't seem like he would, do that to anyone or anything like that. It says the FBI has not found a manifesto. This is from the New York Times, and the suspect had never been under FBI investigation. The official confirmed that Mr. Crooks did not have an unusual online history for a 20-year-old man. He liked to play chess, video games, and was learning how to code. He was just getting his life together. He was just getting his life together. He was just getting his life together before he decided to go completely bonkers. Right? Isn't that what they always tell us? Oh, right before, he was just about to make a turn for this. It's just, going to learn code and stuff. Two former classmates who attended Bethel Park High School, that's where he went to high school with the gunman, said that they had not noticed any obvious warning signs. One of the classmates, Zach Bradford, said he had taken American history and government classes with him, that he appeared to be incredibly intelligent, and that his views in high school seemed, quote, slightly right-leaning. Mr. Bradford said he remembered a couple of instances in which classmates gave Mr. Crooks a hard time, but he was shocked when he heard that Mr. Crooks had been identified as the shooter. I mean, who wouldn't be shocked? These are not things that you typically, hear of somebody that of doing. It says the gunman appears to have graduated in 2022, according to a video recording of that year's graduation ceremony. And as we all probably know by now, that he was indeed killed by the Secret Service agents on Saturday after he fired. It's just still incredible to know that he actually got that many shots off before he was taken down. But again, I am inspired by Trump's response. So he gets up. He gets up and his first thing is he tells the Secret Service to wait. He says, wait, and he's thinking about the people. Just, I've never seen anything like it before in my life. Let's watch it again. I'm just so inspired. You just get shot, grazed, but shot. You're trying to, I'm sure you're all like discombobulated and all the things. You get up, you notice your shoes are off. He says, wait, I need my shoes. And then, but right before they are about to take him off the stage, he, from somewhere, that kind of thing cannot be taught. That's not that is a fighter instinct. That kind of thing, it just can't be taught, for you to get up after just being shot. And maybe I'm a woman, maybe I just don't understand all of that. But I certainly, that probably would not have been my first response after realizing that, thank God I'm still alive. To get up and not forget to address the American people. Just incredible. And this iconic photo that will literally go down in history. Your children will see this in their history books. This picture of the American flag behind them, fist raised defiantly, you can't take me out, and telling the American people to fight. Keep fighting. I truly believe that Donald Trump loves this country. I don't always agree. Y'all know I have been critical. But I do believe that he loves our country and he wants to see it do well. You cannot deny that. Oh, goodness gracious. First of all, it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I was out today and just grabbing a few things. Went to a couple of stores. And I don't know, I guess I was expecting to see, I don't know, but I just don't, I didn't feel like this really, like our country knows like what just happened. Like that's not, an attempted assassination on an American president. That, I think what if we had 3 in our history of being a country, and we are alive when this is happening again. We are alive during this historic moment. And it's like the people at the grocery stores, I just didn't, it was just, I don't know. I guess I was expecting to see a bit more patriotism. Like, when 9/11 happened, you went out and you like people, it was just a different vibe. I just felt it was different. And then I was living in New York then, I was living in Connecticut at the time. It was much closer to New York. So I don't know but what have you guys seen? What did you notice anything in particular with yes, Miss Ree, I did hear about the woman that was in charge of CEO. I'm gonna play that for in a bit. One said he had been bullied and was a loner. I'm just reading some comments from Instagram. Yeah, but I think one thing that we know for sure is that Trump loves this country. Because if that would happen to me, don't know if I would have told you to fight. don't even know if I would have been coherent enough to even think about that at that time. So, seems like they always use young men to do this. So communists have a history of using young people to carry out their evil plot because young people are impressionable. And when if you ever listen to a progressive, a communist, I mean that's what they like to call them, but that's what they are. They're communists. If you ever listen to them tell their stories, when they'll speak like, I was radicalized in such and such, or I became radicalized by this. They use the term radicalized because it is an extreme way to view politics. They're not looking for a middle ground. They're not looking to unite. They're not looking to to have any coming together. I mean, that's how they can say over and over and over again that Donald Trump is Hitler, because they actually really believe this stuff, and they radicalize the young people into believing these things. They are literally trying to change the way that of how you see things. They're trying to change your beliefs. So yeah, it's a radical way to change one's beliefs. Shelly says 4. She corrected me, 4. Oh yes, JFK. Gosh, how could I forget JFK? No, wait, I think I was thinking of JFK. So Lincoln, JFK. Oh, okay, another Kennedy 5 years later, and then Ronald Reagan. Okay. All right. So yeah, so we've had these, but this is not this is not something that happens. Each one of those were, they were so long ago. You know what I mean? That is just hasn't happened to us in such a long time. And I don't know what I was expecting to see, but I felt like, at the grocery store, I don't know, didn't feel like it really impacted people the way it's impacted me. Like I don't know. I don't know. When he registered to vote, he was 17. I don't know, John. I am not sure. Yeah. I'm not sure about that. What was he 17? I'm still just kind of as I'm going back through the footage and everything. It's still really astonishing. So yeah, but let's address the lack of security. Just completely not there. Just not knowing what's going on. Where is she? Here is the head of security, or head of Secret Service right now in the United States of America.
To expand hiring, they're aiming to have 30% women recruits by 2030 and even allowed YouTube influencer Michelle Carre to train with agents.
But I'm very conscious as I sit in this chair now of making sure that we need to attract diverse candidates and ensure that we are developing and giving opportunities to everybody in our workforce, and particularly women.
That workforce will be pivotal for the 2024 campaign season, which for the first time includes a former president who already has lifetime protection. Agents were there when Donald Trump was arraigned in New York.
We were able to work out the details ahead of time of how that particular day was going to go, but we will always ensure the safety of all of our protectees that we have.
The service has a zero-fail mission, a mission officers are training to uphold, pretending this field is the most famous address in America.
Yeah, so that is your DEI hire who's looking to recruit even more DEI hires to the Secret Service, which would probably explain why there was a lapse of security. That was unacceptable. And there is another video clip of the women. They're trying to get Trump into the car, into the Beast, I think it is. I don't know if they still call it that once you're out of office, but they're fumbling around. They don't seem to know what it's just madness. Like, it doesn't seem like they've ever trained. They did not look like they knew what the heck they were doing. One woman was even, she couldn't put her gun in her holster. I mean, and I understand, tensions are high, but you're supposed to be the expert here. You're supposed to be the ones who, when everything is crazy, you're calm. That you're supposed to be the one that's calm when things are going nuts. And I was talking to my fiance the other day. We were talking about being put under pressure and what that brings out in you. And he was saying that when you are put under pressure, when you're squeezed, that's when you see who you really are. And he's right. And we see Trump when he's under all of that pressure. We saw him get up, tell him to wait, defiantly put his fist in the air and say, "Fight, fight." And then the crowd starts chanting USA. And then under pressure, we see these women, these Secret Service women, who can barely put their gun in the gun holster and are flailing around and just look like they're just so frantic that they just don't know what to do. That's a problem. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to get it all the way together. Like, you cannot be ready to guard a sitting president or a former president when you don't know what you're doing. And particularly this woman who is now in charge, I believe she was she used to, as Elon Musk said, so this lady was guarding the snacks before she started guarding human beings. It's just incompetent. So I am very curious on what will what this investigation will cover. But I think Mayorkas is actually in charge of Secret Service, like, as far as like who she would answer to. I think it is Mayorkas, which I think I read in somewhere in 2013 they changed the department of who would handle Secret Service, and I believe he is the one in charge. So I mean, he can't even get the border together. So how was he supposed to protect the president? If I was Biden, I would be very concerned too. Y'all, they want to be sitting here looking at Trump all crazy and, oh, he's crazy. But these are the same people that are being hired to guard the current president. So, yeah, you might want to check that. That's crazy. But that is my biggest takeaway. This is my biggest takeaway right here. I just when he does that, when I see him say fight after just being shot, it stirs something in me. It's inspiring. I hope all of you go out and vote for Donald Trump and just stick it to him. Just he definitely has earned the presidency, not just because of this, but because of his policies and what we've seen him do. But yeah, also there was a rally goer who was murdered on this tragic day. So our prayers are with him and his family. I believe it was a man. I think he was guarding his own family. And there were several other people who were injured. And so our prayers are with them as well, for our country, for Trump. And prayerfully, this will cut through the political rhetoric, the extremism that is not on the right. The extremism is not on the right. It's just not. It is on the left. I mean, there's countless cases. There was an attempted assassination on Kavanaugh. There were Antifa and the left, they took over whole building blocks in 2020, burning down buildings in 2020. They have gone after, Maxine Waters, saying, if you see them at the gas station, if you see them, wherever they are, get in their face. These are elected officials. This rhetoric has been going on for a while, for years. Too much. Too much. And if you tell people that this person, this boogeyman is a threat to democracy or whatever, then yeah, some people you're going to have people crazy enough to believe you. So, thank you guys for watching and bearing with me as I, went through my technical difficulties here. I will be joining Chado Jackson, Blanche Robinson, Teach Him Chuck Littleton, and myself. We will be on at 7:30 tonight on Cutting Through the Culture, where I'm sure we will further this discussion. I'm sure it will be a fantastic discussion. But I think we need to continue to talk about this, and not only address what the left is doing, but having a look in the mirror and addressing, making sure that we are all doing what is right and proper, especially those of us who are believers, making sure that we represent our Lord and Savior well, in how we talk to people, in how we and being responsible with what we put out into the world. So thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. God bless America. And keep up the fight. Keep up the fight. Thank you, George. Thank you so much. Right there, Jordan says, didn't Biden's Secret Service get robbed last month? I don't know, but that does, make me think about the drugs that was found in the White House. Forgot about that. The drugs that were found in the White House, like that's a Secret Service thing. And remember, they, that was a thing too. So they've definitely got some issues. This department, this whole administration is just a mess. It is an absolute mess. So, thank you, George. You guys, there's merch there. So if you want to grab a shirt, grab a cup, one of the shirts that say Free Indeed, those are my new shirts, Free Indeed. So grab one of those or donate to the show. You can send a super chat or a super sticker, or if you want to put a little coin, a couple of coins in the tip jar. Thank you for sticking with me through my crazy technical difficulties, but I am still just still in shock, really. Still in shock with what has happened and the utter failures of the Secret Service. President Trump being literally inches. I mean, it is a miracle that the man is alive. It is a miracle that he's alive. And so, you know, those of us who know what's up, we see what is happening. You guys, you know, stay strong, stay vigilant. What this says is that we cannot, those of us who know the truth, we cannot be passive about truth. We cannot stay silent when we see things that are going wrong, and it's around politics or religion. You know, two of the things that they say we shouldn't talk about, which we should absolutely be talking about these things. When we see these things going awry and we see people lying and just getting out of control, we should say something. Because look what not saying anything has gotten us to. Look at what is happening. You know, we have a media that has a huge megaphone that is pumping out all of this craziness. You know, but these are real people with real beliefs. That is why culture is so important. It is why culture is so important, because they take their beliefs and they go into the world and they get into political office. They are heads of corporations. They are teachers. They become, you know, principals. They are in society with their beliefs, and they have these powerful positions where they can spew their nonsense. Yes, I'm sorry, Trinity. I can't make out your name, but yes, Cutting Through the Culture is on tonight. Yes, Shelly, those stories do die quickly. Paul says, God bless you, Keisha. See you tonight. Always wonderful to see you and hear your insightful opinions. Thank you so much. But yeah, we have to speak truth to power, which is why I love to see the resurgence of like citizen journalists and things like that, where we see those of us who are pushing back through with our voices. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you tonight on Cutting Through the Culture at 7:30. Hopefully I'll have some better video then, but until then, thanks. See you then. Bye-bye.